All right.
There you go.
Let me know that it was recording.
Okay, cool. How you been?
Been pretty good, man. Just chilling. Daughter's birthday was over the weekend, so
Oh
we
yeah,
just had a lot of fun with all that. Went
cool.
bowling with some of our friends and everything, and hung out. So been having a good time. And I've been off. That's the only reason I'm like scruffy right now.
Yeah, yeah. Mine was yesterday actually. My
Yeah, I remember
birthday.
you mentioned that when I mentioned as my daughter's birthday was yesterday, and
Oh
you had
yeah,
said something about that, so that's why I moved it to today
yeah. That's
because it's
right.
your
That's right.
birthday as well. So happy birthday!
Thanks, man. It was a great time. Yeah, with the kids and all.
Yeah,
Cool. Yeah. Let me do the introduction, and then we can have the podcast.
yeah,
Mm, great. Cool. So we're gonna be hearing my kids on the background.
yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, cool. So, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Bandits Everywhere podcast. Let me do that again because here it comes.
Hi,
La otra mano. Oh man.
hi.
Hi,
How are you?
Um,
Dile, how are you?
how are you?
I'm doing good, and you? Oh, I can't remember what it was. I took like 2 years of Spanish. But one of them was hola.
That should be enough.
I don't know how you.
And my name
Obed.
¿Te llamo?
Aves.
Obed.
Aves.
Ve con mami.
Me llamo Dustin.
Vamos a lavar las fresas.
Ve con mami a comer fresas.
Hi.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. There we go.
So I passed 1 year of Spanish, and a friend of mine passed the second year of Spanish for me, essentially.
that 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 was good.
Yeah.
So that's what the podcast is about. let me finish doing the introduction.
Yeah.
So again, welcome everybody that are listening to this podcast. This is the Bandits Everywhere podcast. My name is Matt. I'm the host of the Bandits Everywhere podcast. In this episode, we have our good friend Dustin here. Say hi to everybody, Dustin.
Hi, everybody, Dustin.
That joke, yeah. We are all full of them.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who are just tuning in or don't know what the Bandits Everywhere podcast is, we are a group of dads that are fans of Bluey. Bluey, if you don't know what Bluey is, most likely you shouldn't be here. No, I'm just kidding.
Just go ahead and leave.
Yeah, just go away now. Now, we're fans of Bluey. That's a kids show from Australia that is gaining a lot of traction on the US. It's been there for a while. On Latin America and Mexico specifically, which is where I'm right now, it's gaining a lot of popularity. A lot of things going on around the show. It's insane how much things are revolving around that show. So we're just a bunch of dads that are fans of Bluey. We sit down and talk about whatever we want to talk about parenting, about marriage, life in general. No judgment here. Every dad is different. Every son, every kid, every daughter is different. So there are no judgment here. However, you are like raising your kids or whatever you're doing. No judgment here. We're just sitting here just to vent things out, sorry, and then joke about that. And then of course talking about the show, about Bluey, about Bandit. And that's what this podcast sorry, that's what this podcast is about. There you go. And then, like I said, we have our good friend Dustin here. Let us know some stuff about you, man. What do you do for a living? How many Louis and Bingos do you have?
Yeah.
That's the stuff.
So I'm currently active duty. Sorry, I have a cat down here, and she's getting hair everywhere.
No
But
worries.
currently active duty U.S. Air Force up stationed in Anchorage. It's really cold out. Actually, a kid didn't go to his school today because it was actually like it got warm last night and then rained and then got really cold. So everything is just straight glass, like covered in ice. It's awful. And anyways, I got one kid. She just turned 4 yesterday. It was her birthday, and we had a whole bunch of fun over the weekend and everything.
Cool.
But and my wife and I decided like immediately like we were just one and done. So like I actually like a couple months after she got born, I got snipped, and on top of that, for other reasons, wife's on birth control. But yeah, we're definitely stopping at one. If we ever do decide we're having another, we're just going to adopt a kid, but that's most likely never going to happen.
Yeah, because adoption, it's a hard process and it's difficult. Like we were
Well,
talking
so
about.
I'm from Texas, and from what I understand, it's actually not terribly difficult in Texas and whatnot. So we'd have an avenue to do so, but it's not so much that. Just we don't want to we don't want to have a second kid. We like having just the one kid and being able to focus on her and pour all of it instead of like trying to split it between because with I don't know, it doesn't seem like something that we would really enjoy so much.
Yeah, I
like
mean,
the way things are now.
Yeah, that's perfect. I mean, whoops, one of my kids fell. She's okay. I mean, yeah, she was. I don't know what she was doing. She just fell down to her bottom. Whatever. She's fine. No crying. So we're cool.
Just don't acknowledge it, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, if no one is crying her lungs out, it means we're cool. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was going to say that it's very common that people on the States have lots of kids. So it's nice to see that you took the decision of having just the one, and that seems to be pretty cool.
I know of at least like 5 people that actually it's one of my old shop chiefs at my last base. He was, I believe, the oldest of 8, and his wife was like a middle child of 7.
Yeah.
Him and his wife just had their 7th and final kid because they finally had a boy. So he had 6 girls and then a boy. And his brother has like 6 kids, I think, and a couple of his other brothers have like 4 plus. Like if they have a family get together, they have to rent out the entire hotel just for the kids. Like I'm pretty sure at this point, like there's not anything smaller than a minivan across that whole family.
Yeah,
they just can't do it.
Yeah, ironically enough, there was this dad guest that should be on this spot, but couldn't make it. He has 5 kids.
Okay.
So either this episode was going to be either a bunch of kids or just the one.
Yeah, so I've got 2 younger siblings, and just from growing up with the 2 younger siblings, I can't imagine having 6 younger siblings, and especially can't imagine having 7 kids of my own. Like, good Lord.
Yeah, man, I have 3, and it's a madhouse here, and here comes another one, and pretty sure she's going to drop something. Okay, cool. There she is. Yep. Look at her.
Hi.
This is chocolate, by the way. This is chocolate, by the way.
Okay.
She had too many. Look at mine. Yeah, because this is remnants of my birthday cake that we got. Yes.
Yeah, we kind of forgot to grab a cake, but she ended up getting a cake pop, and she never said anything about it, so we're just gonna roll with it. My wife doesn't really eat cake anyway, so it's not like we need a big cake sitting around because it'd pretty much just be me eating it, and I don't need it.
Yeah, I mean, if she didn't ask for it, it's for a cake. She didn't ask for a cake, or was that? What did
she said something on like Friday about it, but she never said anything about it yesterday, and just totally like forgot about it, I guess, and doesn't. So it must not have been important. Because she will remember like the most off the wall things. So because so like on Saturday we went bowling for her birthday, which that's its own story. Back in like the end of September, beginning of August, I think it was. We asked her if she wanted to go bowling for her birthday, and she lost her mind. She thought that was like sounded like the most fun thing in the world. She's like, "Oh my god, yes, we'll go bowling birthday."
So what did she do?
Dude, like at least 2 to 3 times, 2 to 3 times a week for the until Saturday, she had said something about her bowling birthday. And like she has invited like everybody that she's met and asked them. We were at Target one day and there was this older couple that was like looking at a stuffed bear, and they said something about her being cute or whatever, and she just happened to think about it, like, and she said something about, can I invite them to my bowling birthday? It was like, we don't even know them. We just met them at Target. Don't even know their name.
Yeah, mine does that too.
The older dude was like, oh yeah, we'll try to make it, honey, and just kind of laughed.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Prior to that, we had just gone bowling like the weekend before with like one of our friends, and there's a little like tiny arcade section in the bowling alley. And whenever we were leaving, she saw that like on the way out. She's like, I want to play some games. We're like, well, we don't have any cash or anything, so we can't right now. But maybe next time we go, we'll bring some cash so that we can get some of the coins. Because we don't carry cash, and they didn't have the ATM was busted at the time, I think it was. So, anyways, we were like, oh yeah, so next time we go, we will play some games after we finish bowling. Dude, I'm not kidding. As soon as we finished bowling, she's like, can we go play the games now?
Yeah.
Like that was 4 months ago. How do you remember that?
That's remarkable, actually. Yeah, because the kids tend to remember those promises, but 4 months is a long time. I mean,
but it's like the most off the wall things, like that little bit. I'm like, oh yeah, we did say that, didn't we? Like I'd totally forgotten about it. But no, as soon as we finish bowling, can we go, Eric, and play the games now? All right.
Yeah, I recently saw a post on the Bandits group that you remember this time on the Lord of the Rings when Aragorn holds the oath fulfilled with the ghosts.
Yeah.
And I remember saw that the kids say, I demand you to fulfill your oath. They're pretty much like that. But I mean, 4 months, it's remarkable.
Well, this oath was 3,000 years ago for her.
Yeah, I was there 3,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids are like that. My oldest one, what he does with people, is that everyone he meets on the street. I mean, they just came across somebody and he would scream like really loud, "Hola" in Spanish, and then ask for their names, like "¿Cómo te llamas? What's your name?" But really, really screaming his little lungs out. So
that's what I was trying to think of a second ago. I knew it was "Cómo te" something. I couldn't quite get it right.
¿Cómo te llamas? That's what.
Yeah. Yep.
That's how. Yeah, that's what's your name.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I was talking to my wife the other day, actually, not to say anything about having one, because I think it's pretty cool. But when you have three and you see couples that have only one kid, we always go like, man, our lives would be way easier if we had only one. Because I mean, three it's a weird number. I was talking to to another dad on the podcast that 3 is a very odd number. It's another. I mean,
quite indeed.
Yeah, quite. But I mean, 2 is car seats on the back are to have 2 seats, or to have 2 rows and have 4 kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But 3 kids, it's pretty weird because you can stack them on the 2. It's just crowded there. So and a lot of things that people sell on the street or even vacation packages or something, it's for either 2 or 4 kids. So 3 is a pretty weird number to have, but I mean, whatever. We have 3 and.
Well, hey, at least between the 2 of you have still one hand loose if you're walking them out from the store or something.
Yeah, that's in theory. But there's something. There's always something. I mean, what I do is I grab the oldest one and have the oldest one grab the middle one, and my wife would get the small one.
Yeah.
But I mean,
because you guys are outnumbered now.
Yeah, and we have two kittens and one dog. So
same here.
We're insane. I mean, let me show you what I have here. A little milk from the girls, some milk. Yeah, I mean,
Well, look, I'm in my room right now, so the only stuff in here is my own mess. There's not a whole lot of there are some toys, but they're not like her toys. They're mine.
Yeah, I see you got some drones behind you.
Oh yeah.
Collect them or just like?
So I design and build them.
Oh,
Everyone
really?
except that very top one and the one right below it. Those are frames that I bought. The rest of them are all frames that I've designed and like and built, whatnot. It's one of my most recent ones, and I really enjoy it. It's
Nice.
3-inch props. And it's a really weird setup that runs a very low voltage battery with higher RPM motors.
Nice.
And it's super lightweight. The thing weighs like 42.2 grams or something like that. I think it was for this one last I weighed it. But because it's so lightweight and running the lower power, it's a weird formula for how this one works out versus like those two bigger ones up there run on 4S batteries with a lot stronger motors.
Yeah, the stronger the motor, the heavier the battery.
They fly like totally different though. But that smaller one usually builds that size are running like 2 or 3S batteries, where that one's running a 1S. So it's low voltage, and it's just a really weird setup. But I love the way it flies, and it feels a lot bigger and faster than it actually is.
And how do you control them? Those small ones that you made.
Where's my radio?
I mean, is there a component that you link to a control device, or is it just your phone?
It's got a no. So I got this one. There's a ton of different versions, a ton of different like styles or whatever, but it's throttle over here, and roll, pitch, and yaw. Or no, sorry, yaw's over here, and then a bunch of switches to like arm it and change different modes and whatnot.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's the control, and then there's a headset that sends the video back to, so that you can see. It's basically like a VR headset.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got some pretty nice toys there.
Yeah, it's just a little VR headset, and it just sends the signal back to the headset and fly from there. It's super fun. I
mean, if I had all that with 3 kids, I mean, yeah, it would all be
my
broken.
daughter. So I also have this little guy.
Yeah, she did that.
And because of the it's super tiny, and the frames or whatever, you can bump into stuff, it just kind of bounces off, and they're not super fast because it's just super underpowered and like tiny. But that one, I'll fly it around the house and stuff, and my daughter just like absolutely loves watching it. And she'll just like run around the house like when she was smaller, she would run around like chasing it, and now she just kind of stands and like she'll set stuff up. Like she's got a little type slide, she'll pull that out and like, Daddy, fly under it, and like have me like go around flying under the thing.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, there's kits you can get that basically have one dang near identical to this, and a controller and a headset very similar. It's like $200 for literally everything you need: the radio, headset, the actual drone, batteries for all of it, for a charger for all the batteries.
Nice.
And it's got a nice case that carries everything, all fits right inside.
That's actually a good price for all that. I mean, if you can do that.
And it's fantastic for starter. And these are excellent to learn on because you can fly them anywhere. And also, for as far as the U.S. is concerned, because they're so small, under 250 grams, all of the FAA restrictions and stuff do not apply, because their governance only covers 250 grams up to 50 kilograms.
Is it hard to get there? I mean, since you're not in the actual territory, like flying.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, you're in Alaska, right? Or where are you? I mean, is it any harder to get stuff like that?
Yeah.
Are they shipped from the?
A lot of places just don't ship here, so that's really annoying in its own right. And then some things that cost a lot more to ship here versus like elsewhere. So yeah, it is kind of annoying. And combination of that, there's not a whole lot of people that fly here, and then we get like maybe 3 or 4 months of like decent weather. Where there's no snow on the ground and stuff, and it's really nice when it's not raining, but it rains enough because it is technically, by precipitation, it's considered a rainforest here, and we get constant rain. So it's if it's not raining, it's still wet on the ground from raining, and all these like exposed electronics and stuff, they don't really agree too well with wet. So
of course,
I get very little time to fly, very little, not a whole lot of places to fly. and I've just kind of basically put everything on hold with that until I get back down stateside, which we're leaving here next February. Thank goodness.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem that we have here. I mean, all those cool gadgets and all those cool stuff that you can buy there. On Mexico, it's a little hard to get. I mean, there are some stores,
Yeah.
of course, there are some things, some stuff, some stores, I'm sorry, that you can get.
Yeah.
And some stores on the States actually ship here, but it takes longer, it's way expensive, way more
Yeah.
expensive and all that. So yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's not that common to see guys having that kind of collections or that kind of hobbies because
Yeah.
it's quite expensive here.
Yeah.
But
And also with the chip shortages and stuff, a lot of that has kind of gone up in price a good bit
That's right.
recently over the last like 2 or so years.
That's right. Yeah. So let me turn the conversation a little bit towards the actual show. I mean, the actual subject of the whole podcast. Let me ask some questions about the show, so we can get there a little. I'd like to know what's your best episode of the show, whatever seasons you have.
The first one that I always gravitate towards is the camping, mainly just because that and the whole interaction between Bluey and Jean-Luc with everything with them, like just not there's no communicate. They can't like talk to each other and everything, and so just seeing the way that Bluey and Jean-Luc like handle the situation and just kind of so creatively work through that. It's super cute but honestly, it's that ending bit whenever
the
Bluey
ending,
older.
yeah, man,
yeah,
the ending.
Dude, that gets me every time.
Yeah,
like I just like that's one of the there's several of those moments, but that's probably my favorite because that was the first one where first episode that I saw where like something hit me that hard because whenever I saw Jean-Luc show up, like hello Bluey,
yeah,
whatever. Oh, dude, I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. And I love the little touch where she has the book and Muffin's like, that's my book. Exactly like the beginning. Like Muffin hasn't changed one bit.
Yeah.
Like they're obviously that much older and reading and stuff, but Muffin is still exactly the same.
Yeah, that ending, yeah, had me too. Have you seen the episode on where we see the Bingo's best friend, like she's kind of autistic or something like that, and then
I haven't seen all of season 3.
I haven't either. I mean, season 2 has just opened up last week on Latin America on Disney Plus. We didn't have season 2 here, so it's just, and that's an episode from season 2. The episode where I just saw it once, so I can remember everything exactly. But the episode starts on this little girl like talking about how difficult it is for her to make friends, and then she builds like this little wall of blocks and she hides behind it, and then Bingo comes to school, and then at the end of the episode, this little girl says, I couldn't make any friends until I met Bingo, and now she's my best friend. And we see how they grew together, and then on the last picture they are in college, like graduating from college, and they're both of them. And it's kind of the same thing where with Jean-Luc, because we see them grow.
I totally missed that episode.
That got me too, because
yeah,
I like what the show is doing. I mean, on season 2, that includes an episode of that, including kids with some kind of autistic spectrum, and then we have the one with Rusty, with Russell, with the ADHD kid.
Yeah.
That was amazing. That was amazing. Yeah,
I especially love the way they structured it with him, like telling the whole story like after the fact, because it just makes it so clear that like Russell had no realization, even as he's telling the story, that like everything he was doing was the things that he was just got through saying he can't do. He's like, I can't pay attention very well, and then tell him this story about how well he paid attention whenever he was, properly interested and focused.
Yeah, from the beginning, because Rusty was like, "Can you follow instructions?" No, I can't. And it was like, set straight and do something. Do this. Oh yeah, I'll do it. So
yeah,
from the beginning.
And then like whenever he's on guard, he's like laser focused on that. And like I'm not like diagnosed or anything, nor do I think I am when I'm not interested in something, and it was a big problem I had through school, like whenever if I'm not interested or if I feel like I've already learned it or whatever, I have the hardest time staying focused on the simplest of things. But if I'm interested in something, I will sit there for hours, laser focused on it, completely oblivious to time.
Same here,
Like,
absolute same here.
Yeah, like whenever I'm at work, like I've kind of made a little hole for myself doing like Visual Basic coding with Excel, making a bunch of stuff for work to make work easier and stuff like that. And there were several times on last space we were supposed to be off work at like 4:30, and like some of the other shops have swing shifts to come in. And at the time, I was in my own desk that was like off to the side and whatnot. And there were several times where I'd just be sitting there like just messing away with the code and stuff on it, trying to just playing with it because I thoroughly enjoy that. And it was like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and somebody would walk by like, Russell, why are you here? And my last name's Russell, so I'm military, everybody calls last name. But yeah, so they walk in like, Russell, why are you here? I'm like, what do you mean? Oh shoot, it's 6 o'clock. All right, peace. And I just was zoned out and just laser focused on what I was doing. I wasn't paying attention to my phone at all, so I didn't hear it ringing when my wife called and everything. So I was just sitting there just going away at it and no attention to time or anything else.
That's what I love about that episode, because they got I mean they did the research, they know what they're talking about. So I'm just amazed how they covered a lot of symptoms from ADHD on that episode. They didn't make it exaggerated like a bunch of shows do. Like for instance, they made it so real because there's this cliche of ADHD people that are only inattentive, and that's only a part of it. That's the tip of the iceberg. And I love that they didn't make Russell inattentive like so obvious. They made more the symptoms the symptoms about not able to follow instructions and hyper focus and like social skills. Those were the three things that I loved about that. For instance, the other go ahead.
I gotta let the cat out of the room. She's pawing at the door, otherwise if I don't let her out, she'll start smashing the thing. And
I was talking the other show that I love how they portray ADHD. I didn't realize it until me and my wife saw a video a couple of weeks ago. Have you seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yeah, I've seen a good bit of it.
So Jake Peralta has ADHD and we didn't even notice.
Oh yeah, for sure.
but once you know, it clicked. And that's what I love. And they did that. I mean, they didn't make Jake like too obvious. And they were like, people with ADHD can be successful and can be normal, so to speak. And they made Russell that way. So cool.
Yeah. You can come in here real quick. My daughter wants to come in.
Don't worry. Yeah.
But yeah, before I lose my train of thought. Yeah, I don't know, because she wanted to hang out in here with me. Do you want to say hi real quick? Here, go ahead and say hi real quick.
Hi. How are you?
Your hair is crazy. What were you doing on the couch? All right.
This is
with the radio.
This is my car.
My truck.
Oh, that's cool.
Show him.
Oh, that's really cool. Look, I got one too.
Wow, it's Lego.
Yeah. Right, here, can you take that? You can go play with it in Mom and Daddy's room or whatever. Can you close the door for me, please?
How's that?
All right, thank you. Just be real careful with it, okay? But what I was gonna say, like with both situations, like Brooklyn Nine-Nine and with and just so often with Bluey, like they're just presenting that character as a character with that thing, not putting them forward as some sort of a like representative of the thing or whatever.
Yeah.
They're not just trying to say like they never have to tell you because they properly displayed the character in that light. There's I'm surprised it's been taking this long for him to come up actually, but my favorite author ever, Brandon Sanderson. he's got a whole series of like multiple series of books, and he's got this big thing called the Cosmere, where like all of most of his series, like any of the ones that don't mention Earth, like the planet, are within this setting called the Cosmere, and they're like different like solar systems within that setting. And it's incredible. They're all like slowly more and more interconnecting and everything. They have different magic systems.
Sorry, but he says no. No me
Yeah.
no me. Estamos hablando de algo. Por favor, ve con mami. Yeah.
But anyways,
Hi.
hi. The Mistborn series, the second era of the Mistborn books. Like the second, it's so there's the trilogy, which is the first era, and then 4 books in the second era. The 4th one's coming out this year, actually. But there's a there's a character in there named Steris, and she it's never said anywhere in the book. It's never mentioned or pointed out or anything. She just kind of is this character in there. She's very, very cool character, and almost universally people at the beginning of the series, at the beginning of that era, don't really much care for her. But by like the end of like the 3rd book, people are just like, oh my god, Steris is amazing. But there's somebody in a Facebook group I'm part of. They were at this signing, and someone at the signing stood up and to Brandon and said something, which is like, Brandon, thank you for depicting her so well and doing that so like accurately. It's so clear that she has Asperger's, but it's never said or anything. And they were in tears, just overwhelmed seeing a character in the book that was so much like them and fit so well, but it is never said. And he just was like, I'm so glad you picked up on that. I didn't want to say anything about it. And he never said anything out. He confirmed it then and there whenever they said something, but it never had to be said because he just did the research on the character into their did the research in the disorder. And he always, like, when he has characters, they always have uniqueness to them, but he doesn't like have that uniqueness just to make them unique or to make them representative or whatever.
Yeah, it's one of the
things, who they are.
It's one of the things that if you know, you know. Like when you see that, if you know, you know. And what's interesting to me in all these cases that we're talking about is they portray this thing, as you were talking about, as a person with that thing, not describing the thing that a person has. And they describe the thing not as something in the way, just as something that you have, and you can develop your personality, your career around that with no problem.
Yeah. Hey, Daddy's doing something right now. Okay, so can you we'll mess with this later after Daddy's finished up. Okay, so can you go hang out with Mommy for a little bit? Hey, look at me. I need you to go hang out with Mommy for a little bit. Okay. Daddy's doing some business, right? Okay. So, hey. Yeah, I'll work on it later, and look at me. Whenever I'm done here, we can do some crafts, okay? Yeah, I know. But you gotta be patient for me and go hang out with Mommy for a little bit, all right? Yeah, go ahead. But then I need you to go hang out with Mommy.
Don't worry. I mean, we're cool.
Yeah. But hey, can you go hang out with Mommy? Yeah. Hey, Cherokee, focus. Did you hear me? Can you go hang out with Mommy, please? Well, we can't do that right now. Can you please go hang out with Mommy for a little bit, and then we can do a craft? Hey, pause, focus. You're getting distracted. Look at me. Stop spinning. Are you listening? I'm trying to do something really important right now, okay? So can you go hang out with Mommy for a little bit, and then we'll do some crafts whenever we're done. No, there's nothing. Hey, look at me. You're getting distracted. Did you hear what I said? So can you please go hang out with Mommy for a little bit? Hey. Look, we'll play with whatever, and we'll do some crafts whenever I'm done, okay?
We can have a break if you need to. I don't mind.
Yeah, just a sec. Hey.
Sure.
Cherokee. Can you please go hang out with Mommy? Hey, I didn't bring that in here. Navani did. All right, come on. Here, take it to Navani. Go hang out with Mommy for a little bit, okay? All right, thank you. All right.
Cool. Great. Nice parenting.
She's getting distracted by all the shiny things in here.
Yeah, I mean, Who wouldn't? You got a lot of toys.
Yeah, I'm currently in the middle of disassembling an old 3D printer because the board went bad, and I just don't feel like messing with it anymore.
Yeah. Cool.
But,
Oh man. What were we talking about? What were we saying?
just them like authentically like presenting characters without.
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah.
there's just so many things, especially now where it's like, oh well, Cherokee, what are you doing back in here, please? Navani doesn't need to be in. Okay, fine, leave Navani in here. Go, dog. Don't lock that door. Thank you. Right, come here. No, here. Oh, here. Over here. Here, come on.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Big
Look,
dog.
look over here, you discount husky. She's a black lab husky mix,
Nice.
and she's got one ear that just like flops down, and the other one sticks up like a husky. So we
Yeah,
just always
yeah.
call her a discount husky. And she's like the quietest dog ever. Like huskies are usually loud and obnoxious. Classy.
I don't know what she's doing there.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just saying, like, seems like so often, especially now, like these characters get like thrown in that have like XYZ feature that gets like immediately pointed out, like outright stated or like whatever, or something that's just like painfully obvious about it just for
Yeah.
sake of like representation or whatever, or for just, it's essentially just tokenism. They're just throwing it in there so that they can check off the box, and then like
Exactly.
it either has no importance in the story, which like in Russell's case, like the whole story was surrounding that without it being this like stilted like focal point.
Yeah.
And with like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, like so much of that show like kind of is affected by him having ADHD a lot of the times, causing problems, but a lot of times it more or less being the solution when you get
Yeah.
down to it. But it's never said. It's just that part of who he is and how he acts and how he operates within the world.
Yeah. But have you noticed that the show, the Bluey show, loves to do this, like not being being on purpose ambiguous about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because, for instance,
Yeah, like Bluey's getting sick.
I mean, more like if you're new to the show, for a second, you might think that Bluey and Bing were boys.
Oh yeah.
Or that Mackenzie is a girl.
Yeah.
So what I love is that those things and those labels and those whatever you want to call it are not the important thing about the show. The important thing about is the stories, the family, the love.
Right.
So I don't know. That's a nice thing to point out about the show. They don't make features that prominent just to have a good story to tell. You know?
Yeah, and like what you said with Bluey and Bingo not being like, they're both girls, and it's pointed out like all the time, obviously, but they're not like girlish to the point where like the like little boys and stuff enjoy watching the show just as much as girls do, and the stuff that Bluey and Bingo do are just kid things. They're not like girly things or whatever.
Exactly, and to the point that a lot of girls that love the show, they know that that's accepted behavior for a girl. That's no problem there. I mean, whatever Bluey and Bingo does is not a girl thing or a boy thing. It's just like you were saying, like it's a kid thing.
Yeah. What are you doing, dog? But
sorry about
that. And like I had a thought, and then the dog did something, and now it's gone.
let me ask you one thing that I like to ask all the dads. Is your favorite moment from the whole show or Bandit related from your favorite episode? Because I mean, I got some favorite moments that are not from my favorite episode. So do you have a favorite moment?
I think it probably is, because I think just that moment with Jean-Luc showing back up with them older and the tree there, like it's just so profoundly special, and I think it's that's my first like go-to thought. But there's so many others that I just thoroughly enjoy, like the duct tape, like the slight meltdown. That one at the second one that probably got me on, honestly, probably more so than Jean-Luc at the end of the grandpa episode.
Yeah.
Oh, dog. It's gonna be a disaster to clean up. You Claude. But she just knocked over a tray with like compartments with different size bolts in each compartment.
Oh no, you gotta sort that out later. Oh no.
Yep. Get out of here, you nosy thing. But no, at the very end of that episode, when they're sitting at the end of the dock, and she's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, it's like I remember coming here when I was a kid. It was so long ago."
Nah,
And
it
he's like,
was
"Nah, it's just
yesterday.
yesterday."
Yeah.
And it shows like tiny chili, dude. That got me so bad.
I just saw that
I was
episode
not ready for
yesterday.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not ready for that to happen. Whenever it like showed the tiny chili or whatever.
Yeah. And
But
it hits you, that moment hits you because of all what happened on the episode, throughout the episode. Because
yeah,
there first, Chili is sort of mad because the granddad wouldn't just give it a rest, you know? He's just running
Yeah.
with a heart disease. I mean, who wouldn't be mad about that?
right.
But the fact that she found them at the other side of the lake on the docks, and she just, we can see that she calms herself down, like not going like I told you to stay put, but she just breathes and then goes sit with with her dad, and then
Yeah.
that happened. So yeah,
Yeah,
every ending of every episode is it's deep.
yeah,
It's pretty deep. It's pretty deep.
Yeah.
I'm actually halfway, like halfway of season 2, because like I said, season 2 has just opened up on Disney Plus Latin America.
yeah.
So yeah, that's where I think that's the last episode I've seen. But
Yeah, I need to watch back through because I know I've seen it, but I must have somehow missed that episode with Bluey and her or not with Bingo and her friend,
yeah,
because that one just I don't recall that at all.
let me see what episode is that. Let's Google ADHD Bingo's friend episode. ABC. No, what am I seeing? Oh man, I don't know. Just it's around the 20 something.
Yeah, I'll just watch season 2 again.
What the heck? Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. But no, I do think that ending whenever Jean-Luc shows back up is probably my favorite moment in that whole episode. I just enjoy everything that's going on there.
Yeah,
And it's yeah, well, and it's also just the really the cool bit with like the tree that they planted, like it growing and then being there, and I just can't help but imagine like maybe they've both been coming back there for years and both like coming back to that spot and like remembering this like super fun time that they had with each other.
That
And
yeah,
then, but them just like, you know, maybe missing each other. Like maybe one year, like Jean-Luc leaves on like Sunday and Bluey shows up on Monday, and they just missed each other or something.
yeah. That's the thing, because they don't show this to you, and you can actually you can just guess what's going on. But you can guess that, like you said, they got to see each other each year on camping, or they didn't know about each other in years, and then they just meet on that one.
Well, I get the feeling that they hadn't seen each other like since then, but that like at the very least, Bluey has been coming back there, and like she obviously makes her way to that tree to sit under that tree specifically. So like it's clear that at least Bluey has been coming back to that and there like every like year after year. But I get like it just gives me the feeling that Jean-Luc that her and Jean-Luc haven't seen each other since then. That's their first time like seeing each other again, because especially the way like she gets so excited and everything.
Yeah,
and I could see it either way.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it, because that's the beauty of the show, and that it leaves you hanging on a lot of things. You can just guess and make your own conclusions, and that's pretty much art, you know, because art is movies and pictures and music. It's not there to explain step by step things. I mean, you can only guess, and that's what it's supposed to be. So I really love that about the show, that it's not obvious.
I think that also lends a lot to like the fan base and stuff, like as it gives them something to continue on about. Whenever like you have every single answer and it's specifically that this and this, then it's like, okay, well, we know everything, so there's nothing to really talk about. But with it being left kind of ambiguous, you get those questions from parents like, hey, what do you guys think Bingo was sick from when she was in the hospital? Like well, it was never explained. It was left unclear enough that any kid that's in the hospital can be like, oh, hey, they get sick too, and can relate to that, because it's just like generic, like she's sick in the hospital, like who knows why.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bomb worms for sure.
Yeah, And the same with like I know that I read somewhere that the creators were talking about like the layout of the house and saying like, oh yeah, we change it whenever we want to. If there needs to be an extra long hallway for raiders, then there's a long hallway. If the kitchen needs to be upstairs, then it's upstairs. They just there is no continuity there. They just do whatever needs to happen for the story.
But you know what? Let me point out something very interesting there, because I'm pretty sure they're doing that on purpose, because that's the way you see the world when you're a kid. And a lot of things from the show are for grown-ups from the kids' perspective. And that's actually how you see things. Like, for instance, when you remember your house when you were a kid, you remember this huge, massive, big space. And then when you grow up and you go back to your house where you grew up, it's not that big. You realize it's not that big. So if they do that, I mean, kids are often think like, is kitchen upstairs, is kitchen downstairs, is a small hallway really large or something. That's the way kids see. I mean, they don't care about the layout of the house. They don't care about how long a street is, how long the commute is from home to work, to school, sorry. It just happens. And that's how Bluey is laid out. Everything from the park, the street, the bean chickens, everything, the vacations, where everything is just laid out from a kid's perspective, like weird, like dreamlike. I mean, that's great too.
I've never seen that as like basically a fan theory, kind of explaining that like Bluey is basically them like as adults kind of retelling the stories of what happened when they were a kid, more or less. So it's all like from the kids perspective, or their memories of the childhood or whatever. And so then that kind of explains like in camping, or like with the one with Bingo, where they jump forward in time and have the like older shots of them, whatever. So it makes sense, because if it's already in the future, it's just them like recalling the stories more or less.
And I mean that would explain also how we never see Bandit and Chili working. Because those things are so mundane that when you grow up, you don't remember. I mean, I don't recall my dad and go like, you remember the time that my dad was working and did nothing important? Like, you don't remember those things. You remember the things that you went to the park and you had fun, and that, it makes sense.
Yeah, so that's like, so I went to school for working on motorcycles, and before I joined the Air Force, and like I've ridden motorcycles and dirt bikes and stuff all my life. And like I always get the argument from people, it's like, oh, well, you know how many people like die on motorcycles? I'm like, okay, but how many people every day ride a motorcycle for several hours and aren't hurt in the slightest? Because you only ever hear the story. You only ever hear the stories like, oh yeah, this one time when I almost got ran over by an 18-wheeler. You never hear the story about, oh, well, I was riding for 3.5 hours on a long trip and nothing happened, because nobody cares about that story. It happened. But before I get too far, there's this comic I saw recently. It was a like little like 4-panel thing or whatever, and like the first panel had like the dad and the kid like playing a game or something, and it was like they're as it goes through the panels, like the second panel, like the controller and stuff, everything in the background is like gone from the panel, and like the third panel, it's the features from like the faces are like disappeared, and the fourth panel is just like an outline of like the kid and the dad. And it's basically, it was just like, they're not going to remember what you were doing or where you were or like what was said. All they're going to remember is that you were there. And it basically important, just the whole idea, like it's not even just like being there and like doing the things with the kids and like playing those games, whether they remember the games or not, or even what specifically happened. Like you said, they're not going to remember that you were gone for work. They're just going to remember when you got home, you had that ton of fun and you were there for them and took care of them.
And that's actually, that's beautiful to remember that, because I'm very curious about like thinking, like, for instance, right now I'm here, I'm doing something, and I will remember this because I'm a grown up. But I'm very curious to see what are the things that I'm doing now will my kids remember when they are older, like teenagers or even adults. Like, how would they go back and remember my dad used to have a podcast, like, you know what I'm saying? So how much of the things that we are doing now will they remember, and how will they talk about that? Because for instance, I work as a video editor for marketing, like for paid social, like ads for Facebook and all that. And a lot of my clients are intimate clothing, like brass and
Oh,
all of
okay.
that, female compression
Yeah.
and all that. And what my oldest ones say about my job is that, Dad, why do you always have girls in their underwears on your computer? So like that, and I'm like, please don't don't tell your teacher that way.
That's a fun conversation with the teacher.
Yeah, I hope that hasn't happened yet. But
Yeah.
what I mean by that is, how will he talk about that when he's older, and
Right.
what's the things that are sticking in their little brains right now, and how can you make it better for them, like right now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how can you print good memories right now, so then when they're older, they go back and they go like, I had a good time with my dad when I was 5 years old.
Yeah. Well, and that's the so I remember in the first episode you briefly mentioned something about Jordan Peterson, so I'm sure
Yeah.
it seemed like you're at least familiar with him. He was you're saying he I think it was in his book, he was mentioning something about talking about how like our memory works. Like you don't like even like, do you remember the first time that you ever touched the stove and it burned you?
Yeah, I mean, no, because I mean,
Yeah, all your brain recalls though is that, you know, if I touch the stove, it's going to hurt. So your brain cataloged just that small, like, important piece of that, where obviously there was something going on. Maybe you accidentally touched it, or maybe you were just a young kid and like just decided to poke it and see what happened.
yeah, or
without knowing,
association.
Yeah, but all the only association left there is the stove's hot, don't touch it, it hurts.
Yeah,
That's it. Everything else is cut out because you don't need all that. Where with like that's that little comic kind of illustrates that essentially with like the parents, where like they're the important piece there is that your kid knows like when you're around they're going to enjoy it, where when you're around they're going to be taken care of, or they're going to be safe, or and whatever. So a lot of that is probably going to get lost. They're probably going to not remember the specifics of, you know, how many rides they rode whenever you took them to the fair or whatever, but they're going to remember that you took them to the fair and that they had a fun time with you at the fair. And they might not even remember the whole mental breakdown they have whenever you say it's time to leave the fair, but they're just going to remember how much fun the fair was.
Yeah,
and how much fun it was with you.
The things that like saying, like going through that going to that route, that Jordan Peterson route, your brain only holds the things that will help you along the way on those situations. So being with your dad on the fair, on whatever that you're doing with them,
yeah,
you will remember as a kid, you will remember that your dad was with you on that time, because that will help you when you grow up on your security, on your being confident about yourself. That will help you, like knowing that your dad was there. So like you were saying, you won't remember to which ride specifically you went to,
right?
But you will remember that your dad was there and you felt safe, like exactly what you were saying. But that thought will stick around with you, because that thought will help you develop your confidence on yourself. Yeah, exactly, as a stove example.
And that like example just kind of comes up because like I remember like whenever we were younger, like every year when the fair came around, my dad was like thoroughly enjoyed like the rides and stuff at the fairs. And I remember like every year we would go to the fair and get like an all-day pass with like the unlimited rides. We would ride like everything there. I don't remember what all the rides were, except for a few specific cases where some goofy stuff happened, like one of my friends almost throwing up on us. But I remember going there every time. I remember always having that fun. And then now as an adult, like this last summer, I was able to take my daughter to the fair, and she was big enough to ride some other rides and stuff, and just seeing her like enjoy that and remembering, just like kind of correlating that like experience when I was younger with my dad, and just having that fun with him there, and knowing that he was there to like enjoy that with me and whatnot. And then like now basically being able to apply that to my own like adult life, my own parenting with my daughter, just trying to make it something that she can enjoy, and a just overall like positive memory for her that she'll look back on and be like, oh yeah, that was fun. And she definitely looks back on it, because she ends up talking about the fair like several times a week anymore and can't wait for summer for the fair to come back.
that's what it's all about. I mean, making memories for them, so they can, cling to when they need to, when they're old, when we're not gonna be there forever. So when we were
Yeah.
not there, they can go back and hook themselves there to I mean, like I said, security or self-assurance, or I don't know, but yeah, making memories for our kids, it's almost everything. All right.
Yeah.
Let me I think we should start wrapping this thing, because I'm trying to get the episodes a little shorter. I'm realizing that it's almost impossible. And because I really enjoy talking to you guys. I really enjoy having conversations with dads that are going through the same things that I'm going through. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of dads that are listening to this, and hopefully by this time we have a larger audience. And because I mean, this is a good conversation. I mean, this is something that I'm absolutely sure that a lot of dads will, get some things out of this and enjoy. At least enjoy listening to this thing. And there are some things that have been said on this episode that are pretty deep, pretty meaningful, I think. And I can't wait to show this to to all the audience that we have. And all the 20 people that follow us.
Well, I'll probably be 19 on this episode, because I'm probably not going to watch it.
Why is that? I mean, everyone says that. I'm not gonna watch my episode. I don't get it, but I don't know. I'm not judging. Sorry.
No, I might watch some of it to see how you edited me.
I'm gonna blur your face.
Blur out the dog.
Yeah, no, the dog is actually the one character who's not gonna be blurred.
I mean, I guess that is on theme.
No, I'm just kidding. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dustin, for being here. Thank you, everybody that have been watching this episode up until this point. I really appreciate you guys being here. I want to remind everyone that we have some merch on the Obiscuit Facebook page. Help us with that. Help us support this podcast. We really need you on that. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. There are all the episodes there for free. They're on Spotify. They will be up on Apple Podcasts too. So go subscribe and share, please. Go and share all of those things. I'm pretty bad at giving these announcements, social media announcements, but you know what to do. Time. Yeah, I don't like that, but yeah, you guys know what to do. Share, like, subscribe, or whatever you kids do. And thank you all for being here. Yeah, these kids. I sleep on my pants. Yeah.
That's the second episode we ever saw, and it's still one of my favorites. I love the Grannies episodes. They're just hysterical.
Yeah, there's a second episode about the Grannies.
In season 2. Yeah.
So
before the funniest episode.
Yeah. Before we start a new conversation and have another hour. Yeah. Let me wrap this thing, and we'll see you on the next episode. I mean, not you, Dustin, the audience. This is drifting out. I mean, yeah.
I mean, we could just do another hour, and that could be the next episode.
Yeah. And wait to stick them together now. Man, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely have you for season 2. Okay. We'll see you on the next episode. I don't even know what episode follows. I think this is the 4th episode. So let's see you on episode number 5 of the Bandits Everywhere podcast. Thank you. Take care. We'll see you again on next episode. Bye-bye.